Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. To say I'm excited for this video would be an understatement. I am thrilled to show you guys this palette. I got to have a little bit of a sneak peek on the brand new Anastasia Cosmos palette. This video is actually sponsored by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Oh my goodness, what a dream come true. You guys know how much I love Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette specifically, and when I received this PR package in the mail a few weeks ago, again, I had a sneak peek, and when I tell you, my jaw dropped to the floor when I opened this up. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. So let's just get right into it. Here's the PR package. I am thrilled to be able to show you guys this palette. I've been able to play with it for a bit now, and I can't wait to show you what looks I've been able to create with it. It's insane. Here she is in all of her glory. So we have the Cosmos palette, and they also recently launched 12 new gloss shades, which I will also be using to finish up my looks. Let me just show you this palette, you guys. I can't even tell you how excited I am about this. This actually launches today, the day that this video is going up, so that's really exciting, June 6th. Here's the outside packaging. It's so pretty. Guys, I don't know if you know, but like ethereal, sparkly, duochrome eyeshadows have always inspired me to my core. So let me show you this one, okay? I don't know if you're ready for it. Dun, 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 dun. Look at these colors, you guys. Look at these colors. Are you kidding me? I made sure to take some video when I first opened this up so that you can see what the fresh palette looks like. So I'll have a little bit of B-roll to show you guys what it looks like in natural light, untouched, because I have been playing with this palette, so mine doesn't look as brand new as it did before. With that being said, I feel like this is perfect for summertime. I have been really loving dipping into this. It's just stunning. I will also make sure to insert some swatches on my arm so you guys can see the lineup. There are 6 shimmers and 6 mattes in here, which is so exciting. Well, actually, I feel like Galaxy, it has a matte base, but it does have some glitter in there. You'll see when I apply it how the glitter kind of like disperses really beautifully, but I would say you can use that one as a matte. There are some gorgeous new gloss shades as well, and so many beautiful kind of rosy, neutral, and reflective tones. So I'm excited to use those to complete my look. When I was sitting down to think about this video, I really felt like I would not be able to just sit down and like do one look. I definitely have a favorite look that I think that I've done with this one so far, which I will be doing. But I actually am going to show you guys 4 looks that you can do with this palette. I think it's perfect for summer. It's something that you can wear every day. I mean, if you're like me, that is. I'm somebody who loves to wear a little bit of glitter on the eyes every day. And then you can take it into evening as well. I'll show you. I feel like it's better to just show you than tell you, so let's get into it. The first look I'm going to show you is the first look that I created with this palette, and it's what just made me so giddy. So we're going to start off with the shade Space Dust. This is a really great beginning point to start with. This makes a great transition shade. So I'm just going to throw this into the crease and a little bit above to start to shape out the eye. I'm not really sure how Anastasia Beverly Hills always launches such insanely inspiring eyeshadow palettes. That's how it's always been for me. And I love how there's always like a theme and a total like energy around each palette. Everything seems to have so much effort and thought put into it. And for this one, it's called Cosmos. It's inspired by the Galaxy, and the finishes of the palette really do give you that like out of this world feel. But the best part about these shadows, which I feel like is the same with all of their palettes, is somehow it's so wearable, which I will show you guys. Because there's definitely some like really fun duochromes and things like that, but they're so wearable. I just took a little bit of the Space Dust color and buffed it along the lower lash line as well. This is such an easy look, but honestly, it's my favorite. I'm now going to be hopping into the shade Eclipse, which is a really pretty kind of matte purpley brown color. I'm going to take a light amount of this and start to feather it on the outside of the eye, just for that soft definition. The look that I'm about to show you is literally 3 eyeshadows, but it's insanely gorgeous, so easy to do. And you can see when you use just a light amount of the brownish purple, it almost comes across like a lavender almost. It has such a beautiful tone and undertone. And I feel like it just adds something really pretty to have kind of a purple undertone while still feeling like a neutral. I'm taking that same brush and just applying it to the outer third of that lower lash line. To me, this could totally be a daytime look. I know everyone's different, but I feel very comfortable with something sparkly on the lids for daytime. I don't know about you guys, but when I first opened this palette, the first color I saw was Super Cluster. This shadow is insane. It's like a topper, but it has such a gorgeous shift to it. I just have to show you what it looks like in action. So I took this and just applied it all over the eyelid. Look how gorgeous. Once you apply it, it has kind of like a green and blue and almost yellow shift. It's absolutely insane. Oh, I love this color. I can't even tell you. Plus, I love how multi-dimensional it is and how you really only need your finger to apply it. That's one thing that I love about these metallic colors is like you don't need a glitter glue or anything like that and you get such an incredible payoff. Look at this. Sometimes I feel like my studio lights do not do these justice, but doesn't this just give you like mermaid vibes? It's so beautiful. If you get the chance to swatch this in store, you have to touch this color. You have to see how it reflects in the light. It's just insane. It's out of this world. Since we're talking about a Cosmos palette, it really is. I'm also going to take a little bit of that gorgeous Super Cluster shade on more of a flat brush. I'm just going to spray the brush so that it sticks, and then I'm just going to apply this to the lower lash line, starting at the inner corner and moving my way about halfway across the eye. And honestly, this looks gorgeous in the very inner corner as well. So I'm going to pop a little bit of that right here in the inner corner just to like make everything look super iridescent. I'm of course going to finish off the look with a bit of mascara, and then I'm just lining the lips with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in Muted Mauve. And I'm going to top things off with this new shade in the gloss called Cotton Candy, which is a gorgeous kind of baby pink shade. I'm just going to take a little bit of this. I feel like a cool tone pink would be so gorgeous on the lips with this eye look. So I'm just focusing that in the center. And then I'm going to take my fingertip and really work it into the lip liner for more of like an ombre effect. All right, there you have it. There's look number one. To me, this is a daytime look, especially for summertime. I think it's so wearable, so chic, so ethereal. I don't know. I'm obsessed with this one, and I feel like it makes you look put together, but it's literally the easiest eye look, and all you need is just like 3 eyeshadows. Honestly, you could just use 2. You could just do something in the crease and pop this all over the lid and you'd be good to go. But I love this look, and I hope you guys do too. All right, so for look number 2, this is also something that's gonna be very wearable and great for every day. I mean, every look that I'm gonna make, I feel is very wearable, but this is for those of you who might want a look that's great for every day, but a little less bold. Not that the first look was bold, but it was like a blue shimmer. So if you're not into that for every day, this is something that I feel like would work for many people on many different occasions. So we're gonna start off with the shade Comet, which is like a rosy, kind of burnt orange, maybe a rusty rose color. Sometimes I have a hard time explaining colors, but we're gonna take a little bit of this and start to work it into the crease as our transition shade. A little bit goes a long way with this shade as well, especially on me. So I like to kind of distribute the product onto both eyes just to make sure I have a nice soft application. This look is also very summery. The whole palette is, but with these warmer tones, I really get excited for summertime. So I'm just taking that same color on the same brush and buffing it along the lower lash line. As always, these mattes blend out like a dream, which is to be expected from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I feel like everything always blends out so beautifully. Now we're gonna go into the shade Mars, which is a very Mars colored eyeshadow. I really like this one. I'm gonna take this on a more defined brush and just start to work this into the outer edge of the eye and a bit into the crease. We just wanna add a little bit of warmth, a little bit of definition, but you know, we're not going too crazy since to me, this look is still very much an everyday type of a look. Also gonna take that same brush and apply this on the lower lash line, only on like the outer third of the eye. Now we're gonna take this gorgeous duochrome called Sun. This has like gold and peach in it. It's really beautiful. I'm gonna take this on my fingertip and we're gonna start to apply this toward the outer portion of the eye and move it towards the inner corner, but I'm still leaving some of that inner corner for another color that I will be applying after. So this is more of like a center shade, and I love the shift that this has, that kind of pink and gold. This color is super wearable. It's not gonna be out of anyone's comfort zone, I feel like, but it just adds a little bit of something different, having a little bit of like a duochrome shift. It just makes it more special than your typical metallic gold shadow. I'm also buffing that into the center of the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take this gorgeous color right here called Orion, and this is like a pink with gorgeous gold glitter in it. The glitter in this shadow is a little bit more scattered, so I feel like it's much more subtle. Again, great for every day, but you get a little hint of something special, which is what I personally like for every day. So I'm just taking this on the inner portion of the eye. Hopefully you can see the little glitter specks that has. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to continue to build that up on the inner portion of the lid. And then I'm also going to apply that color to the inner portion of the lower lash line. I'm kind of connecting the two in the inner corner as well. I'm adding just a tiny bit more of the color Mars on the very outer edge, just to make sure I have some of that warmth still peeking through the shimmer shades. We're going to finish off this eye look with some mascara as well. I'm going to finish off the look with a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade Caramel. I feel like this gloss is perfect for this look. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Coral. It has like a pink base with a gold shift, which I feel like matches the eye look perfectly. So we're just gonna pop that on in the center of the lips. So here's look number 2 complete. This is such a gorgeous kind of toasted orange and pink look, which is perfect for summer. You still get some of those gorgeous textures in there that make it very unique and special. It's a fun way to wear color without it being too over the top, which makes it super easy to achieve and super wearable as well. So I hope you guys love this kind of pink and toasted orange eyeshadow look as much as I do. Let's go ahead and kick things up a notch with look number 3. Also, side note, I should probably tell you that I usually recommend doing your eyes first before your face makeup, especially when working with glitter toppers and things like that to avoid fallout under the eyes. I'm doing things a little differently today since I'm doing 4 looks and I'm just kind of keeping it the same on the face and just, redoing the eyes. But as always, I personally would recommend doing your eyes first. So for look number 3, this is where things are going to start to feel a little more evening. This is still a very approachable, colorful, wearable evening look in my opinion, but we're going to kind of take things a little more smoky. Not as smoky as look number 4, which I can't wait to show you. I'm thrilled about it. We're going to start off with Space Dust again right here. This is just a really good go-to color to start with if you're not sure where to start. It makes such a good, easy transition shade and blends into like every color in the palette so beautifully. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the top lid in the crease as my transition and along the lower lash line to kind of smoke that out as well. We're going to dip into the shade Eclipse again, which is that gorgeous purple. This time we're using a little bit more color and starting to pack it on the outer edge of the eye. This color is so pretty. I actually love it. It looks super intimidating in the pan, but once you get blending, it's so beautiful. This is just a lazy girl hack. I'm taking the same brush and pinching the bristles and then just applying it to the outer edge of the eye and then connecting it up toward that top lid. We're gonna add even more pizzazz with the shade Dark Matter. This is a really pretty darker purple black, I would say. Or maybe it's just like a super dark purple. Either way, we're going to add a little more drama toward the edge of the eye using this color. Same thing, I'm pinching the brush and then just kind of applying it toward the very outer edge of that lower lash line. Okay, now for the star of the show for this look, it's this color right here called Supernova. This is another really beautiful, multi-dimensional shimmer shade. This is stunning. Let me just show you. I don't even have to tell you. I'll just apply it and you'll see for yourself. This has a beautiful kind of purple and blue shift to it. It's absolutely gorgeous, especially layered on top of those darker matte shades. So I'm actually applying it. I'm focusing most of that color on the inner portion where we don't have any shadow, but then I'm kind of patting it toward the edge of the eye. I like how it looks on top of the mattes as well. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this eye. To me, this is like a summer date night look, I'm taking that exact same shade on a damp brush and running that along the lower lash line just to match the top lid. And now I'm actually going to do something kind of fun in the inner corner. We're going to go back into the shade Super Cluster. And this is such a gorgeous like glitter topper shade. So when you use a light amount, it actually looks really pretty by itself in the inner corner. So I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of Super Cluster right here in the inner corner just to add a little bit of something special. I'm just adding a little bit more of Supernova in the center of the lid. This is seriously such a pretty shadow. It has like a pink shift to it as well. There's like 3 different shifts going on. We're of course going to finish this off with mascara, and if you're following along, feel free to add eyeliner or whatever it is that you like to add to complete your look or feel more complete in an eye look. For me, I'm totally good with just mascara, so I'm just going to apply that to the top and bottom lashes. To complete the look, I'm lining the lips with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the shade Deep Taupe. This is one of my all-time favorite lip liners. And I'm going to apply the gloss in the shade Toffee Rose. This is a stunning rose color with gold glitter in it, as you can see. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that all over the lips. All right, so here's look number 3. This is something that's great for a date night. I mean, I would personally wear this during the daytime as well. Maybe a like sunset date, you know, so it looks really good in the daytime, and then at nighttime, it's also gonna look really special with all these cool reflex. I love the purple, pink, and blue shift with a little pop of blue in the inner corner. So I hope you guys love look number 3. Look number 4 is not to be messed with, okay? Look number 4 is gonna be for those nights during the summer where you wanna go out, okay? It's gonna be the smokiest, most dramatic, but still extremely wearable, as always, eye look that I'm gonna be creating out of the 4. So I hope you guys like look number 3. Let's go ahead and jump into look number 4. All right, for look number 4, we're gonna dip into Space Dust again. I'm telling you, this is a really great base and beginning shade for any eye look from this palette. We're gonna really work this into the crease of the eye and up toward the brow as our transition shade. This will be really key in making sure the smoky eye looks really clean and purposefully placed and really blended. Also taking that same color again, just along that lower lash line to kind of create that base structure. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little bit of setting powder. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder in the shade Vanilla. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and just do a light little bake under the eye just to catch any excess fallout. Since I am doing my eyes after complexion, this will kind of help catch the smoky fallout if we have any. All right, now for the fun part, we're gonna go into the shade Galaxy, which is like a matte black with really pretty blue and green and purple glitter. So I'm gonna tap off the excess and we're gonna start to build this up all over the eyelid. So I'm starting at the lash line, and I wanna make sure to mention that we're keeping the inner corner clean, and you'll see why in a bit. So we're gonna start in the very center up against the lash line, and I'm just gonna start patting this on the eye, working it up and out toward that crease shade. This actually blends out really nicely and looks really intimidating at first, but then you'll see like if you work slowly with it, it's actually a very forgiving, smooth black shadow. So now that we're kind of getting toward the crease, I'm starting to blend that in a little bit, but I don't want to take this shade too high up on the eye. I'm just going to continue to blend this out and build it up in little layers until it looks like this on the eyelid. I also am going to take, actually, I was going to take the original brush I was using, but I'm actually going to take a clean brush. That way I don't add any extra product. I'm going to use that clean brush to really blend out the edge toward the brow. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, so this part doesn't have to be super perfect because it's actually going to be covered up in a second, but I want to make sure that we have a nice shape and base for what I'm about to do next. So this is the really fun part. I'm going to dip into this color right here called Quasar. This is a really cool shade as well. I mean, this would be stunning all over the lid by itself. Look at that duochrome. It's gorgeous, but applying this on top of a black is actually insanity. So let me show you. I'm just gonna start to apply this with my fingertip. I mean, come on, it already looks incredible. I'm literally just gonna apply it right over top of everywhere that we applied the black, but I do wanna kind of focus that on the inner portion and center of the eyelid. I mean, come on. Is that not gorgeous? I lost my mind the first time I created this eye look, because I'm not actually one to wear black eyeshadow all that often, So the fact that you can use this to layer like the glitter shades on top and you get a completely different vibe, I just think it's spectacular. So yeah, again, using my finger, I'm just kind of going all over where we applied the black shadow. All right, we're just gonna take a brush and just make sure that the edges are nice and clean. For the lower lash line, I actually didn't want to take the Galaxy shade because it has glitter in it. So instead, I took Dark Matter, which, I mean, it looks just as gorgeous and smoky. And actually, I like it a little bit more than a stark black because it does have that slight purple undertone. So I feel like it's an even more wearable way to smoke out your lower lash line. So I'm just going to take this on a little bit more of a defined but fluffy brush and just work this across the entire lower lash line. I'm gonna take that same brush and kind of wipe it off, and then I'm gonna get it damp with the setting spray. And we're gonna dip right back into that same exact shimmer shade right here. And we're gonna use this right on top of that on the lower lash line. I'm just kind of like buffing it into that color along the lower lash line so we get a similar effect as the top lid. I'm just gonna blend it all the way out toward the edge. Okay, I'm gonna take a small brush, that same exact color. And the reason why I wanted to keep the inner corner bare is because when you apply that same shade by itself, you get a completely different effect. It's a much brighter color. So I wanted to keep the inner corner bare. And then I'm gonna kind of like highlight this inner crease right here with the same shade. So you're essentially using just two eyeshadows really on the top lid, but you get a very multi-dimensional look and feel when you apply it over top of the black versus by itself. I'm gonna kind of connect that to the lower lash line as well. This is where that extra powder came in handy. I would definitely say to try to do your eyes first, but again, I was just doing it a little differently for the sake of this video. I'm gonna take the brush that we used with Space Dust and add just a little bit more of that up against the lower lash line, just to kind of buff that out a bit more and clean up the edges. And then I'm of course gonna add mascara. I'm gonna really load up the mascara with this look because I love a bold lash in front of a smoky eye. If you're following along, you could add false lashes, you could do eyeliner to really ground the look even more. But I just wanted to show you how simple it is to make eye looks with this palette. This look is so easy and seriously so cool. All right, since this is the final look, I'm going to assess the situation and add a little bit more blush to the cheeks. I've just been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Latte Cream Blush for all the looks. This is one of my favorite blushes for when you don't know what blush to use. It literally goes with everything. And so I'm just gonna add a bit more of that to the cheeks. And then to finish off the look, we're gonna use the Anastasia lip liner in the shade Hazelnut. And I'm gonna top it off with this beautiful mauve gloss. This is called Dusty Rose. This one is so pretty. All right, so here is the fourth and final look using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmos eyeshadow palette. I hope you guys love this fourth look as much as I do. I'm telling you, the shimmer shades layered on top of the dark colors are so insanely beautiful. This is such a fun way to kind of mix up a look using this palette, and I feel like I could make honestly 10 more looks using this palette, but these were the 4 that I felt like were worth sharing with you guys first. So let me know if you'd like to see any more looks using this palette. For me, it is something that I feel like I'm gonna reach for it like crazy, but you guys know me and my ethereal vibe, okay? I love duochromes, all things sparkly, anything that's gonna make me feel like a mermaid, okay? And this whole palette does that for me, so I personally love it. I feel like if you guys are like me, you are also going to love this palette. It's such a fun way to play with color. If you're a little bit scared of color, it's a very subtle and gentle way to approach color that has like a really beautiful, special, magical element to it. It's not going to be something that you can see from super far away, I feel like, but when people are up close to you, they're going to be like, what is on your eyes, you know? Especially a shade like Super Cluster. This is actually so stunning all over the eyes, as you guys saw in look number 1. So many of these are beautiful. I feel like I used every single shade except for Mercury, which Let me know if you'd like to see a look using that one because you could totally go super grungy and like gunmetal with that shade. This palette is beautiful. It's available now. I will have it linked down below for you guys. Huge thanks again to Anastasia Beverly Hills for sponsoring today's video. What a dream come true, especially with a palette like this. This is like my new favorite. I'm so excited about it if you guys can't tell. Let me know what you guys think about this palette and also let me know what your favorite look was from 1 to 4. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. I will have all the other products that I have on listed down below as well in case you're wondering what else I have on my face that I use to complete the look. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for the Cosmos palette, my friends. This is so beautiful. If you get a chance to swatch this in stores, you have to. You just have to. The textures are stunning. The quality is amazing. I mean, what else do we expect from Anastasia Beverly Hills? They just kill it with eyeshadow palettes, and this is another win in my book. That's it from me today. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you.